All right, now we're going to hear stories from people like you who have started the baby steps.
We had our son who had medical problems, and medical bills really have traumatized our future. So we really wanted to tackle as much as we could to handle those debts and to get them down as quick as possible. So the financial piece was the best way we saw fit to do that.
We started this class mainly so that we can live our dreams out later down the road.
So we could give our kids, a better future and show them, whatever comes our way in life as far as the financial or any burdens, that we're handling them.
I grew up with my dad always talking about Dave Ramsey says this and Dave Ramsey says that. And my parents, I think going through Financial Peace University when I was so young, saved for a college fund for me. And so totally had no student loans to pay off. So I actually don't have any debt. But now being in the class is kind of fun because I get to apply the things that I already know and that I've already learned in my own personal finances.
I can remember my parents doing Financial Peace when I was younger, knowing that was great for their marriage and for us as a family financially. And so now that we just got engaged, and so we're doing it together.
The funnest thing for me, though, was the conversations that we've had about our budget, finding out who is the nerd, who is the free spirit. They've gotten me excited about our marriage and taking charge of our finances and getting started on the right foot.
I love hearing stories of people who are starting to see real life change. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you can relate some of what you just heard, and I really want you to have that hope too. And I love that they've plugged into a Financial Peace University community. It always amazes me how quickly people can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, some of them had some questions for me, so let's see what they are.
A question that we would have saying we have a little bit of credit card debt and a car payment heading into our engagement and into our marriage. So we would love to know if there's any other advice or any other thoughts that you may have for us as we move into marriage together.
I think just if there's anything specifically for an engaged couple moving into a marriage, if there's any specific financial advice or conversations that we could have on the front end, that would be great to know.
Oh, engaged couples, they're just the best, right? The bliss before the reality of what they're about to walk into. Marriage is awesome, but it's more awesome when you are on the same page. So a couple of things I would say if you are engaged out there, or to this couple specifically, keep your money still separate. Until the day you say, I do you need to combine them? So I don't know whose credit card debt it was or whose car loan, but you keep it separate. You start working the baby steps on your own. And then the beautiful thing is when you get married, then you combine it all together. So I hear a lot of couples say, okay, well, maybe it's his car loan and his credit card debt, and she doesn't have any payments. Well, for her, she could just be saving up a lot of cash. And then once they get married, she can use some of that money, pay off his debt, and together they're moving on together. So again, keeping things separate until you say, I do is huge. And also I would say, don't go crazy with the wedding. Really, it's like one of the things people spend so much money on. That yes, you want to have fun, you want to enjoy your day, all of that, but do not go overboard and definitely do not go into debt for the wedding. All right, here's the next question.
What advice can you give to keep us motivated going through our debt snowball?
So staying motivated through baby step 2 can be really difficult for a lot of people, especially if you have a lot of debt. And if it's things like medical debt that you see that you're like, man, I can't sell it, right? Like a car loan, you're like, hey, I could choose to sell the car, get out of that debt really quickly. Medical debt is something that does seem to string along. But I would say have some quick wins within the big chunk of your medical debt. So look at your medical debt almost as a separate snowball and just kind of separate it out and say, okay, this is what we're about to tackle. Like it's a huge mountain. There's so much there, but put some mile markers in place and have some celebrations throughout it because you want to be able to feel those quick wins even when the bills are staggering and it seems like that there's so much money there. Having those quick wins is going to be so helpful. All right, coming up next is a story of the couple who is actually coordinating that Financial Peace University class. So here they are.
We have been married for 28 years, and we purchased a house when we moved here with debt. And we decided that we wanted to pay that debt off early. and based on some things that we had heard Dave Ramsey talk about. And so we got on that road and went down that path, and we paid off our house within about 10 or 12 years after we moved here. And that just really started our process of wanting to be completely debt-free.
So it's become really a way of life. We've put all 5 kids have had an opportunity to go to college debt-free. We have a fund for their wedding fund. So when each one of them has gotten married, we've been able to fund their wedding without going into debt. And it is kind of amazing to see how when you have the extra money to sock away in the 401k and savings, that there's not much pressure. There's a lot of peace to know that we've been able to bless our children, and then we'll be able to retire with a lot of dignity.
And now we're just living the life that Dave has told us about.
And I would say that we're pretty nerdy about it. We actually enjoy our budget. After doing this for 20 years, we've got 20 years worth of data of what our expenses and income is. And we sit down the first of the year and do it on a big spreadsheet. And then we just really touch base each month to make sure we're where we need to be. But over that period of time, we've had a car fund, so we haven't had a car debt. So to be honest with you, we actually we own 2 homes debt free. I think we got people's attention the first night when we looked at them and said, this works because we've done it. And you can do it too. If we can do it, you can do it. So we enjoy seeing the success and seeing the plan work. And it's really neat to sit in the class. And our class is maybe unique, I don't know, because we've got some older folks in there. We got some folks that are just married. We got some folks that are engaged. And it's really neat to see the light bulbs come on and to kind of pay it back a little bit and to share what we've learned. And that's fun just to be a part of knowing that we've helped them on their journey.
So after hearing their stories, I hope you guys are ready to go out and save that $1,000. I really, really do. Because again, it's that buffer between you and life, getting started on a plan where you never have to worry about money again.